Hi, my name is Krista Williams. I'm a sponsored rider at Riding Warehouse. Today we wanted to talk to you guys about the proper use of Poultice. We just got done with a really good barrel racing overall workout. My horse's legs are hot and now it's time to help pull that swelling out. When I'm on the road, I like to use liniment and Poultice. There's different times and uses for that. I like to use my liniment more under my wraps for everyday use. For overnight, there's no need to wash it off. It's not very messy. When I use my Poultice, it's a little bit thicker, it lasts a little bit longer, and it helps draw more swelling out than maybe your liniment, where your liniment's just a soreness. So today, because we did a workout, I'm just wanting to help pull some of the swelling and the heat out. We're gonna go ahead and use our Poultice. So you're gonna get, I always use gloves. You wanna use a pretty good amount. You wanna make sure to cover all these ligaments and tendons. I like to get a thick enough layer on there where you can't see the hair. I like to wrap around this pastern joint down by the cornet band. On this horse, I like to do his knees. You just want a nice, even deal. Make sure you're getting all the crevices. If this was just going to be used for, say, after a barrel racing run or after a workout, I would put it on just like this and I would let it dry and I wouldn't wash it to the next day. Poultice is super easy to get off. It'll start flaking off on its own. The next morning, I would go ahead and wash it off. For an instance, I have a horse that's swelling. This now becomes a really good tool to help pull heat out of a leg. So you would go ahead and you would poultice the leg, just like this. I get regular kitchen saran wrap. And you're gonna wanna wrap this really lightly because you're gonna leave it on. You can leave it on overnight. I usually leave mine on for about 4 or 5 hours. I like to start above the knee. And you always take your wrap from the front and always remember you wrap back to your horse's tail. And I just pull it and I lay it so it's not tight. And I do about 2 layers as I roll my wrap down. And then I'm careful not to get too far down. You want him to be able to bend his pastern joint. And then I just lay it down like that. There's a lot of movement in that. And then I go ahead and take my standing wrap. I love Cool Max. And you're gonna put your standing wrap over the top. Same thing, anytime you're putting a standing wrap on, you start at your horse's face, you wrap around the front of this cannon bone, and you're gonna pull from the outside to your horse's tail. This is when you know you're doing a correct standing wrap. You want this nice and flat at all times. You never want a crease in there. I like to use 9-foot wraps. I always take my lip it up, and I always pull tight to the back, and then I lay my wrap. I pull tight, same thing, and then I lay my wrap. You want to be able to get your finger in there, but you don't want this super tight. Think of yoga pants. You want it about that thickness. When I drop down, I always do about 2 inches between each wrap. I come to the bottom where some of your wrap is still sticking through. Same thing, keep this nice and even. Rule of thumb with a 9-foot wrap is 2 inches. The whole idea is you want an even wrap all the way to the bottom, all the way to the top. You don't want this uneven where it can cause a sore on your horse. So what I would do is go ahead and leave this on. Like I said, it can stay on overnight. What it's gonna do is the Poultice is gonna go in, it's gonna sweat the leg and help pull that moisture out. When you go to take this off, you're gonna see beaded sweat in your saran wrap. But if you have any more questions, please look for more videos at ridingwarehouse.com.